And to get onto this Ukrainian thing, this has been going on since Hillary Clinton, or it was Barack Obama and Joe Biden and all the other war hawks were involved in Ukraine in 2014 that propped up a government that spewed money in there, that funded the Arab Spring type garbage we see erupt across during the Hillary Clinton era and the Barack Obama era throughout countries across the world. You need to just open your eyes. This is regime change that happened in Ukraine, and there's ethnic cleansing that's happened there on both sides, okay? But the problem you have now, and I'll just tell you where your problems are. The problems are Putin standing alone. This is not going to work out well for any of us. Not at all. But the other problem we have is the Ukrainian army. We have been funding radicals with weapons. You give a lunatic a weapon, it's a matter of time before they use it. If the Ukrainian army, which we're seeing happening now, they're shelling Donbass. If they invade into the breakaway republics that Russia has now recognized that are ethnic Russians, if they invade and beat back the separatists right now, Russia will go in, World War III will start. And every living human being on this planet is in danger. Climate change will not matter. This is the beginning of World War III. It is up to the Ukrainian army right now. If the radicals, there are Nazis in that, by the way, punch a Nazi, remember? They have active Nazis inside their ranks. If they go into eastern Ukraine, Russia will react. Russia standing alone, they have the most advanced nuclear weapons on planet Earth. Okay? The more everybody turns against Russia for recognizing these ethnic breakaways, which America is a breakaway republic, by the way. So is Texas. So is Utah. So is California. That's who we are. We broke away from tyranny. But if Russia reacts and the Ukrainians invade, radical Ukrainian army, funded by your tax dollars and the UK's tax dollars, with lethal weapons, they retaliate back, which they will. All lives today hinge on the Ukrainians and their army that we funded. Just put that in perspective for a minute. People have to wake up that this is the largest theft in human history. This is no lie. That has been orchestrated since 2020. The largest theft. They have stolen so much money, like I told you before. They don't care about your agendas. The biggest threat to global warming and climate change, whatever you want to call it, is thermonuclear war. Russia will have no option. There's a thing called preemptive strike. Do you guys understand what preemptive strike is? That means one nuclear-powered country like the U.S. or Russia feels that they have no option to win. They could use thermonuclear weapons if they feel they are threatened to the point where their entire country, the existence of their country, is threatened, which is happening now. Everybody's turning against Russia. You are only sowing the seeds for thermonuclear war. You can't discuss that with me because it won't work. What happens in the next little while could be days, months, weeks, could be a year. What happens now in the near future, if this is not resolved, and we do not back the original agreements we had to not put troops or weapons inside the former Soviet republics, like Putin's demanding, and if Ukraine decides to get nuclear weapons and some idiot country sends nuclear weapons into Ukraine, that'd be like putting weapons in Cuba, nuclear weapons in Cuba, and the U.S. would react, so would Russia. It's called a preemptive nuclear strike. At this point, there's no other option. They leave open dialogue, but open dialogue isn't working because everybody's condemning everything. This isn't going to work for everybody. This is the biggest threat to the future of humanity. And all the money pumped in there by the Democrats and the war hawks could result in this exact scenario. Cooler heads must prevail, and all sanctions should be lifted, and everybody should return to the negotiating table. The Minsk agreement was already broken by the Ukrainians prior. This is a joke. That is not a joke. It needs to stop, and stop today. Thanks for watching.